All right. Shalom. First and foremost, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles. And see, all things you brothers doing this thing in sincerity and truth done with charity. And like the title says, master and like power. And that's what we're learning. We're learning to become judges, man. The Lord he could have easily put the understanding in us. We would just have everything and know everything. But part of wisdom is experience. And that word experience means to try out. This is someone grab Hebrews the 2nd chapter. And the other one grab Matthew the 5th chapter. This is Wisdom of Solomon. Sirach. This is Sirach 34 and 9. A man that hath traveled knoweth many things, and he that hath much experience will declare wisdom. So instead of the Lord just putting everything in us, he puts us in situations to go through things so we can truly understand, so we can truly have wisdom. All right? That's part of even why we're in the human condition. All right? So we can learn how to rule over humans, man. Slaki, Yahweh Shai had to do the same. And that comes with learning mercy, man, because we're going to be judges. Hey, this is to prove that, just to make sure the foundation is laid properly. This is 2 Corinthians. Slaki, it's 1 Corinthians. It's 1 Corinthians 6 and 2. Do you not know that the saints shall judge the world? And if the world shall be judged by you, are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matters? Know ye not that we shall judge angels? How much more things that pertain to this life? All right, so we're learning righteous judgment. And that comes with balance, that comes with mercies. That comes with yielding a sword, yes, of course, but it also comes with mercy. And also it comes with having a sword and knowing when to use it. All right? It may be a time where somebody's going to get judged, but the Lord may want it to play out. Through the righteous, through the right spirit, it may be time to let it play out and, deal with it later. Being a judge comes with a spirit of long suffering. Let me put it like that.
Mm-hmm. This is Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heavens.
Hey, that's plain. There's a time for everything. It's a time to use the sword. It's a time to not use it. All right? And there's a time to give space before you use it, man. It's not always hot wrath, just, getting down right away. And the Lord is making sure we understand that, so we can have that self-control. So we can deal with the good and the bad. Get that Matthew 5 and verse, start at 44.
This is Matthew 5 verse 44. But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you.
And this is, of course, going to really, if it's a brother, so maybe he offends you, you let it go. But the next verse is the point, verse 45. And this is period. For heathens, for 2/3. This next verse applies to all. Go ahead.
That ye may be able, that ye may be the children of your Father, which is in heaven. For he maketh his sun to rise on the evil and on the good, and sendeth rain on the just and on the unjust.
That's right. And the Lord calls the sun to shine on everybody, good and bad, wicked and righteous. Same with the rain. Good, if it drops on good and bad, wicked the righteous. And that provides what? Your crops. So your cattle can eat, so you can eat. All right? The Lord does that to the good and the evil. And we have to learn how to master that, man. Not to just come down with, great wrath. Even upon the fucking wicked, there's a time and place for it. Like the brother read, it's a time and place for everything. A season for all. All right, and we're learning that right now by being in this flesh. Learning that just infinite spirit of mercies, man. Because Yahweh's mercies is infinite, and that's something we're learning through experience, like Yahweh Shai did. Hit that Hebrews 2, the last 3 verses, I believe.
Kindness, Hebrews 2:16. For verily he took not on him the nature of angels, but he looked on him
He wasn't Psalm 12.
Seed of Abraham. Wherefore in all things it beloved him to be made like unto his brethren, that he might be a merciful, faithful high priest in things pertaining to God, to make
reconciliation
for the sins of the people. For in that time that he himself hath suffered being tempted, he is able to secure them that are tempted.
Right, which means help. All right, so our Lord Yahweh Shai went through it, man. He was put in his flesh so he can learn, mercies, infinite mercies in the flesh, man. All right, like I said, he can secure them that are also tempted. He himself went through these things so he can judge over people in the flesh, and ultimately gain dominion over everything. Same thing for us. We're learning how to have righteous judgment so we can rule over the world, man, and eventually rule over everything. All right? And we're learning the mercies part right now. We're learning the long-suffering part right now. Even when it's deserving, there's still long-suffering involved, man. And the funny thing about long-suffering, which means to wait, suffering is in there. Yeah, you hot, you ready. All right, hey, and rightfully so. We in hell, we oppressed. Hey, grab this right here. Ephesians 4:26.
Come on. This is
Ephesians 4 and verse 26. Be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath.
Right. Be angry and sin not. It's gonna happen. Ecclesiastes 7:7. Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad.
This is Ecclesiastes 7:7. It says, surely oppression maketh the wise man mad. And surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart.
That's right. So it's gonna happen. We in hell. Esau is pissing us off. All right, and it says we're gonna meditate terror. So we do meditate terror upon him, but we still got to be long suffering, man. Until the Lord says it's time to execute the physical part of judgment. We can't be self-willed. We got to learn to control, And I'm speaking to myself first and foremost. Trust me, we got to learn to control that, man. Mastering that power, because it's going to be a time we do get full power, and we're going to have righteous judgment. Now, of course, when that time comes, we're going to be filled with the Holy Spirit, so we're going to have righteous judgment. But this is the part of experiencing and learning it, man. Getting an understanding on why this, how that. Okay? And we learn it being in the same sinful, tempted flesh like everybody else, man. All right? Which should make us even more understand and want to be long-suffering and merciful, because we ourselves in flesh too. We didn't make ourselves get right, man. The Lord had to do miracles for this. So imagine them. Who's blinded? We still battle and fight every fucking day, man. And they're blinded. And we got to keep that in mind, man. It's let me pull this precept up real quick. It's Psalm 7:11.
Okay.
I'm just hold the fuck. That was fucking. So this is Titus 3 and 2. To speak evil of no man, to be no brawlers, but gentle, showing all meekness unto all men. For we ourselves also were sometimes foolish. So we was foolish too, man. The Lord woke us up because of his goodwill, man. All right? Not because of anything that we did. For we ourselves were sometimes foolish, disobedient, deceived. So we was following darkness too, serving diverse lusts and pleasures, living in malice and envy, hateful, and hating one another. But after that the kindness and love of the Most High, our Savior toward men appeared, not by works of righteousness which we have done, but according to his mercy he saved us. And that word mercy means love and kindness. All right? By the washing of regeneration and the renewing of the Holy Spirit. So the Lord gave us this understanding in our lifetimes to show mercy upon us. And now what do we do with this wisdom and understanding that comes with mercy? We learn mercy, man. We learn righteous judgment. Yes, the wicked pisses us off. It's supposed to. That's the fear of the Lord. Now we got to balance our spirit. Now we got to master our power. You know, not ready to lash out. You're going to have to put that smile on and speak to that Edomite, man. It says, be wise as serpents, harmless as doves. What does the serpent do? A serpent is deceitful. What does Esau do to us? They do everybody, they make memes about it and shit. That cracker smile they do, that fake smile. What are we doing back, man? That's part of being a serpent. You know, the right hand side of it. We fake the funk with these damn devils, man. With the wicked, with the 2/3. Ain't gotta wear your emotions in your sleeves when you're dealing with them. It's a learning lessons for us. Okay? That was it on that.
Psalm 7:11.
No, get that Wisdom of Solomon 12 and start at verse. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up first verse. I'm sure I already got the chapter right here. Start at 12. You know what? Start at 10.
This Wisdom of Solomon 12 verse 10. But execute thy judgment upon them by little and little. Thou gavest them place of repentance, not being ignorant that they were a naughty generation, and that their malice and breed in them, and that their cogitation would never be changed.
Right, now this is how the Lord dealt with heathens. This is talking about the Canaanites who was cursed. The Lord cursed them. Noah cursed them when they went off, man. When Ham wasn't looking at his necklace. All right, but he said what? He gave them places of repentance, even though he knew they wouldn't repent. It's just having a spirit of mercy. Even upon a wicked motherfucker, they gonna be destroyed. They gonna get right when the Lord see fit. So we got to do what? Be long suffering. The Lord is long suffering, man. He ready. He more angry than we are. Hit that Psalm 7:11.
This Psalm 7:11. It says, Yahweh judges the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day.
So the Lord been pissed off since the serpent, man. And he's still long suffering. He still got the sun shining on the bad. It still rains upon the bad. And he's ready to bring destruction. But he's long suffering, man. So how much more should we be? Okay. Keep going. That wasn't Solomon.
Verse 11. You could tell me what cogitation is?
Cogitation?
Cogitation.
Mind. Basically, minds won't be changed. They weren't going to change how they are.
It says, for it was a cursed seed from the beginning, neither didst thou, for fear of any man, give them pardon for those things wherein they sinned.
Right. So the Lord knew that they was cursed till it was going to be destroyed. He's the Lord. He knows all things. All right. He didn't wait because he was scared some man was going to complain about anything. No, keep going.
For who shall say, what hast thou done? Or who shall withstand thy judgment? Or who shall accuse thee for the nation that perished, whom thou hast made? Or who shall come to stand against thee to reveal for the
to be revenged?
To be revenged for the unrighteous man. For neither is there any God but thou that careth for all.
So we can't forget, we've been set up to rule these nations with care. Yes, we got to put judgment on them because of their wickedness. That's just what it is. But ultimately, when we beating them down, we still gonna be building them up so they can be ready to learn and accept holiness. They have to learn. The reason we even judge them is so they can learn wickedness ain't the way to go. It's a recompense and repayment. It's gonna be sweet. To get that revenge. All right, because they have fucked us up. But at the same time, we're doing this out in the spirit of mercy. That's how cold the Lord is. Everything He do is merciful. We're beating them down so they can learn. Don't do wickedness. You're gonna have to follow our ways, man, according to the law. So we gotta have the proper perspective starting now. All right, on having judgment, man. Mercy's first. Long suffering first. We gonna deal with some shit, man. It is what it is. Now, through the Spirit is a time and place for everything. All right? Make sure I say that because it's a time and place for everything. But we got to make sure we in the spirit of mercy, ready to do good, ready to show mercy. Not just ready to fucking execute hot wrath. This says that's not even for men, man. Let me find that. They almost says hot wrath to anger. Salakia.
Let me just finish this off.
No, hold up.
Oh.
This is Sirach 10 and 18. Pride was not made for men, nor furious anger for them that are born of a woman. All right? That's not made for us to have that hot anger, man. It's not for us, man. So we got to do what? Curve our thoughts and emotions according to the word of the Lord. They grab real quick. Go to 1 Corinthians 2. It should be the last verse. 1 Corinthians 2, the last verse.
It's 1 Corinthians 2 and verse 8:16. For who have known the mind of the Lord that He may instruct him, but we have the mind of Mashiach.
Kind of, how do we have that, man? By His word. So we got to follow the examples that's written, to the best of our ability, pray for it. And when the situations arise, use these things that's in the scriptures. That's why it says to be in the spirit of this. His word is spirit. You go back to that Wisdom of Solomon.
To whom thou mightest show that thy judgment is not unright. Neither shall king or tyrant be able to set his face against thee for any whom thou hast punished. For so much, then as thou art righteous thyself, thou orderest all things righteously.
Right. Now look, the Lord could have jacked him up and been justified for it, but he goes beyond the call of duty to show how righteous his judgment is, which allows him to be what? Long suffering. Letting things go. When you look up that word suffering, it means to allow. But when you think of suffering, you mean you're going through something. Because that's a big thing, to curb your anger, to mellow yourself out. That's a task in itself, man. But hey, we got to do it. And it should be easy on us because we ourselves need mercy, man. So that should make it easy for us, like we read. We too were sometimes in foolishness, man. Hey, grab Sirach 18.
What?
No, Sirach 28. Sirach 28 and 7.
Sirach 28 and 7. Remember that the commandments and bear no malice. So
Now jump up. Jump up at 2.
Sirach 28 and 2. Forgive thy neighbor the hurt that he have done unto thee. So shall thy sins also be given when thou prayest. One man bear hatred against another, and does he speak pardon? Does he seek pardon from the Lord? He showed no mercy to a man which is like himself, and do if he asks for forgiveness of his sins.
Right, of his own sins. So look, we hoping for mercy, we asking for mercy, you know, and and you know what, this flesh so wicked, we justify ourselves. All the flesh, I did this, the flesh. Well, goddamn it, the other motherfucker that we angry at in the flesh too. So where's the mercy at towards him from us? All right, we gotta learn to master that power, man. Hey, I hate to quote this, but like it's in the Spider-Man, what did it say? With great power comes great responsibility. You know, and that responsibility is mercy, care. We're gonna rule the world, not to just fucking rule over them and be assholes. No, we're gonna rule to care for them, so we can show them what's right. This judgment is coming to correct. Doesn't the scripture say basically it's the Lord shall rebuke the world or shall reprove the nations? You know? That's what it's for, man, correction's sake. So righteousness can reign forevermore, man. So corruption can be out the door. All right, what verse? Jump down to verse 7.
Come, jump down to verse 7. Remember the commandments and bear no malice to thy neighbor. Remember the covenant of the highest and wink at ignorance.
Hey, it says wink at ignorance, man. We was foolish too, man. So these people we dealing with, we had teaching, we out here for the elect. There's gonna be a lot of idiots coming up, fucking stupid and saying stupid shit and doing stupid things, man. And a lot of that, you know, we just gotta just keep our fucking cool. We keep our cool, we can smooth it out. Oh, the Malcolm is a prime example of that age. You know, I call him the snake charmer, man, or the snake whisperer. He calms them damn dragons out, man. For years, brothers, you know, Chicago we deal with demons, man. It's Chicago. So we deal with demons, you know, and sometimes we lose our cool. So through the spirit, the Lord wants that vibration push. Now we got to learn to master that power, man. And it starts with controlling ourselves, controlling our tongues. Because when it's conversation point, guess what? We can spit on the fire as opposed to blowing on it. That's the spirit we need to be in, man. To spit on the fire instead of blowing on it. Which means what? If a fire, you know, if you got some wood or some paper or anything, you're trying to start a fire, you blow on it to build it up. But if it's just starting, you can spit on it and stop it. You know, all it takes is a little fucking calm and being calm and collected, and we can dead a lot of stuff. You know, they went to level 10 and you wanted to go to level 15. You know, we got to be better at it. Keep going.
It says, 8. Abstain from strife, and thou shalt diminish thy sins. For a furious man will kindle strife. A sinful man will disquiet his friends, and make a debate among them that be at peace.
Right, so we understand the spirit they're going to come in. They the wicked. They're going to try to get the contention going, man. And it's our job to not be furious. All right, to not keep the strife going, man. It said abstain from strife. All right, so we can diminish our sins. We should be in that spirit of mercy. We ain't trying to be on that shit. All right, instead of looking as the opportunity to get some fucking anger out, we should be looking as the opportunity to be the peacekeepers, to be merciful, to be like our Father, Yahweh Shami Hawashai, that caused the rain to drop on the good and the bad, man. Jump down to verse 11.
Come, Sirach 28 and 11. And hasty contention kindle with a fire, and hasty fighting sheddeth blood.
Right, can't be in that hasty spirit, hot, just ready to that little scrappy spirit, man. Ready to crack a nigga head with a bottle. All right, no, that's not it. That's not us. Keep going.
It says, curse.
No, verse 12.
If thou blow the spark, it shall burn. If thou spit on it, it shall be quenched. And both these come out of thy mouth.
There you go. Both these come out thy mouth. So the start of ruling our spirit, the start of mastering our power is what? It starts with us mastering our tongue. All right? That's ultimately what we're, the goal we're trying to reach, to master our power. But the first step is mastering our tongue, man. Both these things come out the mouth. The spit or the blow on the fire. We got to be more in the spirit of spitting, man. Bringing the peace. There's going to be a time when the Lord let us loose. Real fucking soon, too, man. And it's going to be better. Unstoppable power, man. And we're going to need to show mercy when it's time to show mercy. Hey, it may be a motherfucker that's wicked right there, and they may be pleading for their life. And the Lord may want you to have mercy on them for that moment. Let them go and live. He may have another destruction plan for them, man. We can't just take it into our fucking hands. I'm going to snatch this motherfucker's head off. He did this, he did that. Nah. The Lord going to handle it. Hey, it may be a group of motherfuckers the Lord wants you to run through. So right now, we got to learn to master this stuff, man. Okay? Get James 3. Get James 3. And yeah, that's good. Don't drop that wisdom Solomon 12 though. If you grab anything, just still keep that wisdom Solomon up there.
James 3:1.
Yeah, sorry, I'm on.
This is James 3:1. My brother, be not many masters, knowing that we shall receive the great condemnation. For in many, For in many things we offend all. If any man offend not in the world, the same is a perfect man, and able also to bridle the whole body.
There you go. So we can control our tongue. All right, when we're in situations, especially when it's heated situations, you know, that's when that be angry and sin not come into place. You control your whole body, you know. Go ahead.
It says, Slucking, behold, we put bits in the horse's mouth that they may obey us, and we turn about their whole body. Behold, also the ships, which though they be so great and are driven of fierce winds, yet are they turned about with every small helm, whithersoever, and the governor listeneth.
That's right.
Listen.
Listen. Right. So a ship, look how big a ship is, man. All right. Look at the amount of wind it takes to blow it, etc. Right. But what controls that ship when it's time to turn? What does the captain use? A little him, man. He just turn it. All right. What's his wheel? Or if you just turn the cloth so it can catch the wind differently. All it is one little device, man. And it controls that whole big ship. So this is the first step to mastering that power, man. You know, sometimes just don't say nothing. Sometimes you got to know, just don't say anything. All right? Because you may not be able to stop. You can may have in your mind, I'm going to say this to bring the peace. And then you can, next second, you know, you're snapping. Sometimes it's best to just hold your peace. All right? And that's one of the brother's favorite scriptures. Hold your peace. This will be your wisdom. You got to remember that, man. You go back to that wisdom of Solomon 12.
Thinking it is not.
Call it up.
Huh?
Call it up.
Wisdom of Solomon 12 and verse 15. For so much, then as thou art righteous thyself, thou orderest all things righteously, thinking it not agreeable with thy power to condemn him that have deserved to be punished. For thy power is the...
Read that over.
Wisdom of Solomon 12 verse 15. For so much then as thou art righteous thyself, thou orderest all things righteously, thinking it not agreeable with thy power to condemn him that have not deserved to be punished.
Right, that have not deserved to be punished. So the Lord allows you to build your tab up, you know, and let it overbuild, man. So He let the sins reach to heaven. All right, so it's no excuse. The Lord carefully thinks His judgment out. He don't just go right into it. Nah, He lets it play out. Like I said, He's angry with the wicked every day. He let it build. All right? Because that's just how righteous the Lord is, man. Righteousness on the highest level. Keep going.
For thy power is the beginning of righteousness, and because thou art the Lord of all, it maketh thee to be gracious unto all. For when men will not believe that thou art of a full power, thou showest thy strength, and among them that know it, thou makest their boldness manifest.
That's right. And so the Lord showed his strength when people think that he ain't got none. He ain't just out here showing off because he can, man. Nah, he let it be like they don't believe me. He get more mad and more mad. People get more and more to disbelief. Then he finally, let loose, man. All right, and why is that? He said he's the Lord of all. The Lord ain't no just overbearing person, man. Like I said in 1 John 5, man. His laws are not grievous. He ain't overbearing. He's gracious unto all, man. Keep going. 18.
Verse 19.
18.
Verse 18. But thou mastering thy power, judges with equity, and orders us with great favor. For thou mayest use power when thou wilt.
Right. The Lord can execute judgment when he wants to, harsh judgment whenever he wants to. But like I said, he mastered his power. He's teaching his sons the same thing. All right, as Yahweh Shai learned it. He was obedient unto death. So all we got to do is somebody going to come, they're going to talk some shit. What they do, grab a sign. All right, you know what? Yeah, it's fucking going to piss you off. Just get the sign back. Send them on their fucking way, man. The disciples in Acts the 5th chapter, they got beat. And they didn't even fight back. That's a heavy thing, man. Be on my mind. I fucking fail every time. And they didn't even fight back. Gotta master that power. Long suffering. Endure it. Suffer it. Allow it and deal with it. Having the spirit, it's all through the spirit. Because we got at the end, This is the time of recompense, but we still got to let shit play out. All right? Go ahead. 19.
Verse 19. But by such work hast thou taught thy people that the just man should be merciful, and have made thy children to be of a good hope, and thou givest repentance for sins.
That's right. So the Lord said, what, man, that we're learning, he taught us that we should be merciful. All right? Because the Lord forgives sin. We need to be in that same spirit. Keep going. Like we read, that we wink at ignorance. Keep going.
For if thou didst punish the enemy of thy children and condemn to death with such deliberation, which means he thought about it, he considered, he really pondered upon it. He didn't just go straight into it off his emotion. No, the Lord thought it all out. He planned it all out. He considered all of it. And this is the wicked. This is those who condemned to death. He said it's still is long suffering to them, gracious unto them. Keep going. Verse 20.
Just read it over.
For if thou didst punish the enemies of thy children and the condemned to death with such deliberation, giving them time and place whereby they might be delivered from their malice.
That's right. So the Lord set a certain balance. He weighed it out, he measured it. He set a time and place for it. He didn't just do it in haste. Keep going.
Verse 21. With how great circumspection didst thou judge thy own sons unto whose father thou hast sworn and made covenant of a good promise.
Made covenants of good promises.
Of good promises, like it. Therefore, whereas thou hast chastened us, thou scourges our enemies 1,000 times more, to the intent that we when we judge, we should carefully think of thy goodness, and when we ourselves are judged, we ourselves,
no, you got it.
are judged, we should look for mercy.
That's right. So the Lord has planned all this out. You know how long suffering He is unto our enemies, how He handles us, and He chastens us right away. All right, but He's about to give them harsh judgment, 1,000 times worse than what we've got, like you said. But that's so we can learn what, man? That when we judge, we can remember the Lord's goodness. You know, we can think about how he dealt with us, the mercy He's given us, how He thought things out, how He considered it all. When it's our time to judge, we got to think about these things. And you know what? Because when it's our time to be judged, what do we look for? It said we should look for mercy. So we got to be doing the same, looking to give mercy, making sure we having righteous judgment, so we can receive mercy, man. And that's mastering thy power, like our Father did for Himself. That's what we're learning, right? That the just man should be merciful, controlling our tongue, you know, how we deal in the situations, and controlling our actions, man. These fucking scoffer season has arrived again. It's hot outside again, man. It's fucking demons are back. All right, you know. So hopefully it's edifying, man. Y'all got anything? All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, Rachak Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and salve your brothers doing this thing in sincerity and truth on charity, knowing it's hope for elect. All right, Shalom, Akim Wa Akwas.